I always thought the worst thing I'd ever see was my father's body hanging from the rafters of our old barn when I was 12. But that was before her, before the thing that wore her skin like a mask and called itself my mother. I grew up in that farmhouse surrounded by brittle cornfields and whispers that drifted through the walls at night. My mother was gentle at first, soft voice, pale hands always smelling faintly of lavender. But after my father's death, she changed. The nights grew longer. Her eyes seemed too wide, too bright in the dark. The first time I heard it, I was 16. A scraping under my bedroom floor, like fingernails on the old wood. I pressed my ear to the boards. There it was, a voice, muffled and wet, calling my name. Anna, Anna. I wanted to run, but I stayed. I always stayed. I told myself it was grief, that my mother's grief had seeped through the walls and into me. One night, I caught her in the barn, kneeling on the dirt, her nightgown soaked in something black and glistening. She was whispering to the ground, her hair brushing the soil like roots searching for blood. I stepped closer. The smell hit me, sweet rot, copper. She turned too fast, neck cracking, eyes gleaming. "Go back to bed, Anna," she hissed. I ran, but her footsteps padded after mine all the way to the house. She stood outside my door for hours, humming something low and tuneless. I buried myself under the blankets, pressing my palms to my ears, but I still heard her. "You'll see him soon, Anna. We'll both see him soon." When she stopped sleeping altogether, I locked my door at night, but the scratching never stopped. One morning, I found a dead fox on my pillow, throat torn out, fur matted with my mother's lavender perfume. There were bruises blooming across her face by then, deep purple hollows under her eyes, her cheeks sunken like something had begun to eat her from the inside. I called the sheriff. He came once. She smiled at him with her cracked lips, offered him tea in a cup rimmed with something oily and dark. He didn't even taste it, just tipped his hat and told me to get some rest. After he left, she stood at the window, staring at the barn for hours. I packed a bag. I told myself I'd run, but I didn't make it far. That night, I woke up to her perched on my chest, her breath sour with something I knew wasn't human. She pressed a finger to my lips. "It's almost done," she rasped. "I just need a little more of you." I tried to scream, but her other hand cupped my mouth. She leaned down until her hair brushed my face, her hair that smelled like damp earth and rust. I felt her teeth against my cheek. When she pulled back, there was a sliver of skin between her lips. She swallowed it whole. I don't remember much after that. Just flashes, waking in the barn, bound in rope, the floor sticky with blood that wasn't mine. Her voice above me, chanting to something that lived between the beams. Shapes flickering in the rafters, shadows bending in ways they shouldn't. I don't know how I got free. Maybe the thing she summoned wanted me to run. Maybe it wanted a witness. When the sheriff found me stumbling down the road at dawn, my nightgown shredded and caked with black soil, I tried to tell him. He went back to the house, gun drawn. He never told me what he found. Not really. Just said there was no sign of her, no sign of anything except the smell. He couldn't explain the stains that wouldn't wash off the barn floor, or the way the rafters dripped long after they had been cleaned. They searched the fields for weeks. They found scraps of her nightgown tangled in the corn, tufts of hair caught on barbed wire, but they never found her face. The coroner said it was like she'd peeled it off and left it somewhere out there. like it didn't belong to her anymore. I left that house behind, but I can't leave her voice. Some nights, when the wind presses against my window, I hear it again, wet, muffled, coming from under the floor. Anna, Anna. Sometimes I dream she's standing at the foot of my bed, skin loose and drooping, holding something pink and raw in her hands. She lifts it to where her face should be, and for a moment, she almost looks like my mother again.
Like and subscribe to Scary Tales Story for more horror tales that will haunt your dreams and keep you checking the shadows.